Ye back on the Viper. He's got to redeem himself after that first map.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like, again, that he was comfortable on that role, right? We're gonna see, again, as you mentioned, Will, a second chance for Ye here, especially now that he's woken up and hit that snooze button, or hit that stop button on his alarm, so we'll pass it on over to your casters.
Chat, I've done that like 3 times now.
Do or die.
So Ye back on the Viper,
There is
Gecko
no
Breach
other
though.
way. This is it.
On GE.
Quack, we are here
Double
for map
Cypher.
number 3. Bleed and Global have
Solo
grinded
Sky.
their way up to the very,
Dude,
very last
as much
map
as I didn't-
in this elimination
I
game
just think
here
this combo
in
is so
Kickoff.
strong on
So
this
we'll
map.
get started in just a bit.
And I think the
mean,
Sky is
Des
still
was talking
fine.
about Ye having woken up. Has he truly woken up and hit that snooze button?
Okay.
Or, you know, what's going to happen next?
Double
There are players
Frenzy,
trying to keep
3
their spirits
armors.
up, but at the same time, you know, there is silence in the stadium right now as they feel the tension of the elimination match coming through.
Absolutely.
Polvi, Global Esports, they want to break open the site.
He breaks
No
open
way.
with this fight against Durian that completely misses him. Both the contact on Polvi as well as that boom bot, interestingly enough. Rest of Global.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
pushing
Lushing
up
Cypher though.
into ropes. Oh my god, where did that come from?
Death from above, not too bad.
He just
And
Goomba
that
stomped
is
ahead of Durian
outrageous.
there. Global Esports opening
That might be more outrageous. How's he got 2? 22 and 52 HP.
Factor right now. The
Oh,
trades
yeah,
and
okay, good recovery on the
Blaze
pistol
King
here.
Using the wingman to
Pretty much
plant
just a
all the
crunch.
way
Well,
from
I say a
heaven.
crunch.
Total baller. And even if
It was
he
like
lost
this,
that
but
fight,
then
if
the
the
instant
wingman
reaction to not
planted
go
it,
over towards
light
B
effects were
heaven and
still
to go
coming
back
in from
towards
mid, so
A.
there was
Pretty good.
layers upon layers that Scary had to try to
Definitely
deal.
the most
Yeah,
important
switching up
kill
in
was
terms of the pace, right? Global Esports
Benkai
just
over
go
towards
right
heaven.
in and starting things
That
off
one.
with Polvi, Benkai, with a little bit of support. I mean, it really is the same thing of playing in terms of rhythm. Bleed, oftentimes just trying to take things slow, trying to be methodical about it, but then not quite expecting such movements from Russ, for example.
Global Esports is that team that I feel like embodies ripping off the Band-Aid, right?
Yeah, and they
You
dominate
wanna Take this
pistols.
nice and slow? No! Go in! Just hammer it down onto the side, which they will definitely do. And Benkai and Russ commands authority here on that A site, leaving the rest of Bleed to just scratch their heads.
Blaze King
deal
has a
with this
chance to
post-fight.
farm
Just
this up
the
a little bit
pistols.
as
They can
well.
Maybe get themselves a condensed angle here. That could be something, but Global Esports, they got
One,
themselves
two.
a pretty
Wow.
sick amount of
Maybe a
crossfires
third.
too, but not even that could really...
One away from
you know,
his ult
stop
if he gets
Blaze
this.
King.
Okay,
He's gonna
nice.
pick
Well,
himself up with
no matter
3K,
what, he would have got it
one away
anyway.
from the Thrash.
Dude,
Yeah,
Blaze
so
today,
most common,
this
you would
guy has
expect
been
over towards B.
a bit of a
But we had this
sleeper. I
before
mean,
where they were one
sleeper
away and they
agent,
didn't actually want to use it into this
you know,
round.
The first game
Yeah,
playing on that fade, we didn't really talk about him too much because those were just a lot of kills where he cleaned up a lot. Maybe a bit of utility coming through. But then now, today, just back onto the third map, he shows up again. I thought that maybe he would have at least dropped to like a right.
Which comp do I like better? I like Viper Cypher.
Favors him instead.
I don't know, the
Gets
Gecko,
sprays.
the Gecko I could be swayed with if they have some nice stuff.
We're looking to prioritize the contact once again. Very aggressive use on the fault line too.
I mean, that's a nice hit.
Already gonna push through
Gotta
this.
send it through the strip though.
Ah, there's the contact and
Yeah.
Durian. Ooh boy.
That is
Shooting
a
gallery
big
at its
shutdown.
finest. Lightning fast.
So kind of similar to Sunset
Spike
again, where
Robin,
maybe they
A-main,
could have got an
so
orb and
Two
then
avenues, A main or ramps. Choose your poison.
use the
Either
ult to try
way.
snowball.
Choose your ladder. Yeah.
Either way, it's
Yeah.
not something that's gonna be easy to stomach. And I guess it really just comes down to the timing of it. You know, trying to break through that choke point. And that's the nature of Split, right? You've got B Garage, you've got A main, and anyone who tries to push through. If Darian kind of does the same thing, and getting those sprays out, the toxic screen up from Scary, I mean, Ye, excuse me, it really just crumbles the entire push.
Wow, good call.
I mean, at least right now, right? They were just trying to do a speed run of that bonus round of theirs because they got
Okay,
something in store
big,
for
big
us
buy
here.
rounds.
As I mentioned,
Official.
Blaze King does have his Thrash
Money's good
available
for Bleeds.
exactly
They can
that.
buy no matter what
He's
off
just
this
using
round.
the wingman first, you know, soften things up, get a bit of that
And
contact on Mail.
He has
Now start doing
absolutely
things.
sent
Ye
Wingman. Not
is
getting this
so
one back.
Close from this
Got a
contact.
fight.
He
Oh, there we
realizes
go.
This, but that
Oh,
fault
with
line
the
is
stun on top?
perfectly placed to
Wait.
catch him off. Thankfully enough, teammate Egoist
Yeah,
does him a
nicely done.
solid. I got you, Ye. You're perfectly fine with me.
Pings out
Bails
the
him
Thrasher
out.
orb as well.
Egos was on top of
Fully
Rafters.
aware of what might happen next, but unfortunately the response not quite as good. Bleed, Egoist only able to pick up one.
Where did that TP come from? Or where did that TP go? Lightning Fast on top of the box, gets the trade, 2 versus 3. Russ gonna be planting down the spike. Benkai holding.
I don't know how
out
much
here
thought had
for the
been done
bonus.
into this
Crazy
round,
Guy
but I
creeps
liked
in
it a
ever so
lot in
slowly.
terms of...
Did he see?
Oh, wait, actually, let me wait.
Actually go around the corner. That's gonna be a big one too if you think about it.
Because
Durian
it's a little bit scary
really
still.
given any form of contact here for now. There it is. 1 to 2, dashing right in.
Okay, lovely
Durian
round.
is
So I wonder if they
quick enough
for...
to deal with the 2 players still available here.
So
from
if once you
Global that
send
shuts him
Wingman
down.
out like
Just
this,
comes down to those
the instant
protocols.
reaction
We
is
saw what
obviously to
happened
just
towards mid.
defend
You
it until
called
it goes away,
exactly,
which
Asteroid.
you're probably going to defend
Have
from
the
B
Wingman
Heaven,
just soften
and then you
things
do
up,
the stun
get
and the ult,
confirmation,
knowing
then
that they're most likely
Thrasher,
going to be defending
everyone
it.
else
Like
slowly
it's
starts
a
to
pretty
follow
cool
through.
idea.
We had the Dizzy to start
Like
things
descending
off.
something in that
And
looks
then as they start
that
to
would
swing
like
out,
persuade them
Kobe's
to
there to
fight for it,
assist.
but then you just ult on top, knowing that you should be getting kills with the ult, and the stun obviously to make sure that they can't shoot the ult as
And here's the
fast.
problem too, right? The
It's actually
only
a very
defense
nice
that they
round.
had on B Heaven was pure contact. All of the traps from Egoist here was set for any kind of B main contact, but it all got bypassed because of the shot at step from Lightning Fast. So every kind of trap that they placed was very well ignored, thank you, by Global Esports.
Straight up. Now, same thing. We get mid control, we get some more options. CA trying to deny it with the Recon Phantom, trying to spray through, but nothing doing. Crazy Guy, though. Did he hear?
He probably did, but like, who gets who first? That's the question on that rope contact, if ever there was any rope contact. Polvi straight up marching his way here on B Heaven. He's got a chance to peek this, but he's not going to do that just yet. He
Flash
just
didn't
charged through
hit.
smoke, and Polvi's, thank you very much. That,
I know exactly.
yeah, okay.
We got
Neural
Raze
Theft
out for the
finds to
rotate.
combat that. 1-for-1 trade though. Crazy Guy does find
Yeah,
another.
and we see a speed up from
But
B
with
main.
all of these Neural Theft activations, it could actually be turned ups in their heads, and Russ just backs away.
Over
as they
rotate does go
realize
in.
where
They
they
use their own
are.
ult, and they're going to
That's
kind of
Global
realize that they're
Esports
close
running
towards
it
A.
all the way through the A site, but the counter
And
Neural
GE
Theft
maybe
does
still
give
need to kind of
information
clear all
that
of these
Bleed needs to
angles.
know.
Rotation's
And we
over.
are
Darian with
sending
the
it,
rocket.
and oh boy,
Polvi!
we can definitely say that that might have been too
That's why he got
ambitious.
picked up, man.
Lovely shot though.
He gets those moments, and when you thought the big connection of ability is there to shut you down,
And he can just delay.
he just raw talent, raw firepower. You know, he's the one with the showstopper. That's going to deny some pushes for a good chunk of seconds, which allows the rest of Global Esports to go the other way. They're going to try to clear Heaven. If they're not on Heaven, they're just going to drop down, help out Polvi here.
So there's always that extra assistance. All Polvi's
Probably
gotta
done
do is
enough
get
though.
that
Good plant for Heaven.
Enemy remaining. Last player
Flex it
standing.
out too.
Oh, you have breach damage.
And all Russ has to do is hold, wait, and play. Spots out Scary, who was going to go for the full defuse.
Right.
Global Esports
Handled it a
have
different way, but still,
total
really nice round.
control of their
I
attacking
mean,
side.
Polvi
It's
obviously
always
hit the
such a
shot.
goddamn good feeling, man.
I think that was really
like,
bold
if
to
you
send it
have
in,
that-
because
that
also once he gets the
aim,
kill with the
your
Razor, he's
hand,
then
your
in the
arm
open
becomes
with
your mouse becomes an extension of your arm.
with
That's
an
what I
op
wanna say.
that he had as a
We
backup.
request the best of the POV replays.
There it is.
Oh
There
my.
it is.
Just fully anticipating it, and then although Darren was trying to get the momentum off of the blast packs, Polvi's still getting the shot early on, and then everyone else knowing exactly how to play off the spike plant now. Definitely needing to
Right.
stem the bleeding. It's going to be Legia with a timeout now. This is way too early on to be losing such a momentous lead in the half. 4-1.
And I mean, with those highlight plays from Polvi, that's going to rattle a couple of players here on Bleed, especially Durian, right? That's matching up Polvi against Polvi here. Man is on a mission. Absolutely right. That 1-4 is a definite concern right now for Bleed, because there's no more cushion here in Quack. We're here on map number 3, and Global's already running away with the lead, and you never want that to happen. Sure, I mean, you could look at Icebox and see that they can slowly grind up their way to something, but Bleed doesn't want to be in that position once again. They want to have that solid advantage.
Always says so much. I mean, we've seen Bleed for the past 2 maps now start things off
Low
without
buy.
a strong lead.
Double
They're
stinger.
always slow to catch up. Might even be able to say the same for their match against T1. It just doesn't look too great. You know, always talking about this team. You got Ye picked up. You got strong players. You got Darien. They ascended
Smoke
from
over towards B
Ascension.
main.
And Crazy Guy
Create
says in the
pressure.
interview, like, we
And
belong in Pacific.
yeah, they are heavily
want to
waiting for
prove
this
that.
Sky Flash to go over towards.
Now in the elimination match,
Hey,
Global
yeah.
Esports says different.
Especially as they confirm that the Sky is here.
Of course, there still is opportunity.
The
and
mo-
chances. It's not
that's
like
so
we're
funny.
already, like,
Benkai's been
12
waiting
to
for
10
like
or something,
ages. The moment he
but
decides to go up the rope, the flash
it is
comes
somewhat
in.
concerning again as how much Global has really garnered in these rounds.
Yeah,
With
just
this
talking about the
info
lead, but Polvi
And no
has been
info over
impressive.
towards
Now
B
back
in
into
terms
it
of, I
again.
mean,
Looking
the
for
camera
an
can spot
execute onto the
feet.
site, but look at how
Bleed
Bleed
decide
has
to
set
go
up. Yes,
gamble all the
it's
way
that
over towards
eco,
A,
so
and
I
it's
don't know how
looking
much
pretty
it
good
can
at the
really
moment.
do. But playing around the toxic screens, they got some of these stingers and frenzies.
Spikes at
It's a
least
5
here.
stack on A, dude.
Yeah.
It says the spike
Then also,
insta sends it over
look at
towards B.
Global, they're just ignoring it. Not gonna push past main. Maybe up ramps. I don't know if they'll go through screens.
Oh, I think they realize it too. I mean, even
Yeah.
if they don't realize it, they have options to go elsewhere. And since they did leave Blaze King here on mid, they can always have an opportunity to pinch
Yeah,
coming into
this
that
is
mid
nice.
side.
Got to
and
break
now
the
they're
trip
like,
at middle.
something's up.
Precisely. Nothing seen so far. Paranoid just for extra security. Now the site is completely clear.
What a read.
Stick the plant. Why not? How can
This is
we
real
do
nice.
damage
They
on
get
the
breach
field?
with this.
Spike planted.
I mean, there's still 5 people, so
Look
if they catch someone holding an off angle
And they actually get
position
into
here,
good positions
take away a weapon,
to try and get some of
or,
these kills as well to get some
you know,
orbs.
Bleak can just wait until the very last second, try to get some exit frags, and die to the
How much
spike.
money have they
So,
got? Should anyone actually be going for
assuming
this?
they're gonna go for the ladder.
Oh man, then it's like both sides saving fully.
Probably
Because
not.
Global Esports can run out mid, they can run out garage. Bleach just dies to the spike.
Probably that, right?
What an eventful round.
I mean, fair. You don't want to give any extra kills to
Yeah.
global players that have been heating up,
All
especially Blaze
points.
King, right?
You
All
don't
right,
wanna
no
give
kills
him
in this
another
one.
Thrasher.
Exactly.
Russ sitting on the Rolling Thunder 2. What's your dying sound? Voice
okay.
actor Aster Echo.
I don't want to do that.
Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, we'll let you have it because it's a 5-5. Otherwise, Fio's got too much work for him.
Yes. If you know,
It's
you
fine,
know,
Fio,
any
just let it be for
BL
one round.
players out there, 1, 2, or 3. Love you guys. Anyways, back into the thick of
Too
things.
much otherwise. Okay,
Durian, he's got
Bleed
himself
needs
the
to start
operator.
getting some rounds on the
It's been
board.
pretty
Money
solid
diff
in
is
that Sunset
outrageous.
map, but is it going to solid enough here on Split?
Insta heaven
where
take.
He doesn't really
And
have that
that
much line of sight.
is-
Polvi, the
Yeah, I mean, he's
double
very
satchel
committed.
catches
He's
Crazy
real in the
Guy.
open, to
This
be
makes
honest
it
here.
significantly
On
harder
his
for
own,
Dorian
it's just
to
a
really
straight
get
up
that
duel.
contact, but
The
it
nice
doesn't
trade.
matter. He still shuts down Polvi.
Good
Thank you
shot
very
with
much.
the op. Can't really cross
And the thing
back now,
that is
and the
big here as
pixels are
well
kinda
is they're
sussed out
like,
as well.
they create the
Why
question
else
mark
would,
heaven,
Polvi be
and then
trying
they're
to
trying
run
to,
back down
you
ramp?
see him trying to get out
That's
of
why
there,
the
so it
rotations are
kind of
coming
gives you
over
an
from Bleed. They get a
indication that
good
they at
read on
least the
things.
call is to go back to
And as
B.
long as Scary gets
So
the
maybe
right amount of contact, as long as
Benkai's now
Benkai
running
doesn't
over towards
find
A
too
to
much
create
on the
pressure
enemy
here,
side,
so there's less of a
Bleed
stack.
should be able to pick up this round. Of course, it's still really early on, though. Scary backs off. Darren back in his place. Global Esports might be able to, go out along with a Dizzy push.
And they do have the Rolling Thunder, right? So,
I don't know. Like, it makes sense, but
yeah, you don't want to use it
It's good timing.
willy-nilly, right?
Yeah, they can just
You're
let this
gonna
guy
look
play.
for contact elsewhere. Benkai has always been that person that likes to do this, but timing is good.
Lovely. We need to keep an eye on the op.
The question is
Does the
that going
op?
to gravitate the rotation from Bleed and allow Global
Yes,
to
the
actually
op
start
does
pushing
go
into
off the
aces to
mark.
B site?
oh, it
And they eat
does.
the ult.
And the Rolling
3v3.
Thunder. You're right, Asterai. Even though it's not maximum effect, it does do enough to push
No
Darien
way.
away. But
Blaze
Scary
King took
from
a
the
lot
top
of time,
heaven
a lot of
comes
time
back
to
in.
kill that trip that he was in.
That nade is
It
very
was a nicely
far
placed
off
cage
from
to make
us.
sure he couldn't see it.
Durian might not even know that Lightning Fast is around the corner. Okay, as it does settles, it's 3 versus 2. Durian is only aware of the positioning of Russ here, not Lightning Fast, who is inside this smoke. It's going to be the double contact. There it is. It's all going to be up and down to how quickly he can actually get that transfer, which is not really too hot.
Oh.
That paranoia does nothing against Russ. It's a 1 versus 1. Scary's been a clutch master, but Russ can do something
Damn, the
more
little sidestep as
extraordinary,
well.
and that is to be the IGL
There's
and
a
savior
huge
of
round.
Global in this
Benkai
round.
deserves a shout
It's
out
time
as
to
well,
start
for
singing
sure.
different songs
Oh
now.
man, Bleed.
Global Esports.
What a round to
Russ,
lose.
A fragging IGL. Scary, you would have thought that he's the guy to clutch things out, but it's such a one-on-one, a little bit off-put, a little bit off-timed, feels uncomfortable. Despite being blinded, Russ still lands the shot. And it's just such a good call to make that rotation through. Benkai even actually getting a frag onto Ye. What is happening?
It's the calls, man. It's the smart use.
Yeah,
of
I mean,
utilities
this
too,
round
because
in terms
there
of the
would be a
calls were
world
really
where
good.
he
The
did
fact they
all
realized that
the
they had to
A push and
go
they could still do
make
that
pressure
B
over
play
towards 8. Benkai took a
straight
good
up.
timing. His
Yeah,
locks
the
have been
blow
very
is
nice.
very much,
Sunset this map.
granted as Russ is down. The hero of that
It was
last
more
round down to 15 here.
lightning on.
Always playing around
Icebox,
the
but-
rhythm and timing of things, right? In previous rounds, we had Polvi just diving right straight on A ramps. This time around, they're going along with a team, and Bleed kind of playing along with that, trying to get a feel for this dance, and this time getting a better grasp of it. Benkai still, though, however, lurking all around. The rest of that global squad looking to make something happen towards B. They got the utility for it. As long as they can block off Heaven.
Quick little TPs there from, oh, that's a big flash. Egoist, does he go against it? The push out, and it's just too clean for Global. No sweat in that one. I like how, again, Lightning Fast is using himself as a human
This is a
recon guard, where he
ridiculous
just keeps
score.
keeping in positions
Ridiculous
for his
score for
teammates
this.
to
Oh my.
feed off of, but Benkai also solid on these lurks, and Bleed left to really just scratch their heads. Ouch. Yay,
One
down to
HP.
one.
No.
El Diablo is down to El Uno.
No way you like clutch this at 1 HP.
No, of course not. I mean, that's crazy, guy.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But absolutely right. I mean,
Stan,
Stab,
GE
stab,
really
stab,
baited us
stab,
in
stab,
by
stab.
picking Bind
Ah.
for their fast map.
Yeah, it was looking.
And then their
Secure the
Sunset
round
and their
win,
split
why not?
actually looks decent.
but you know, you gotta definitely think about it. This is happening so often. Good calls from Russ. You talk about the execution with Lightning Fast being used as a bit of a human recon. I mean, it's just such a smart way to use that shrouded step, but at the same time, the support that comes in along with it. Russ can frag, Benkai. I mean, this is classic split plays. You got that lurk, you cut people off in the rotations, you control the whole map. Global Esports are having a great time.
And I don't know what
Oh,
the
they're having the best time.
retaliation is.
And we go
would be
into
for
another
Bleed
round
here.
where it's just money.
They're
Super low.
creating plays
And we go
straight
fast
up,
with this one. Double satchel up to
but
Heaven.
Global's just, yeah, we'll just play our own game. Keep
I
pushing
wanna
forward.
say
We
the
still have
Scary
Polvi,
saw him.
who's been so good at these contact
another
plays.
opening.
And there it is once again. Durian.
Benkai
there we go.
again
He's
with the
getting
luck.
impact play.
They at least
Neural Theft
equal back.
slows it down a little bit further.
And they got the most
Blaze
important
King now
kill over
pulling the
towards B main,
rotation.
which was the
Hold
spike.
on, Lightning Fast. He's got himself that from the shadow, so he can pick it up, the spike. But there is a
Omen.
world where they might break him
Yeah.
and not. Now he picks it up. It's
Nicely
pretty
done.
easy for him. Anyways, hold Heaven. They must. Plan it for Heaven, plan it
Two.
for open, and it's a 3 versus 3
Okay, it's
on
a
this
lot up.
retake.
It's a lot up to Blaze King here to stay
Still
alive, really.
do have Egoist up
I
around
maybe would
screens,
prefer
though,
Benkai to go ramp. Okay, there
trying
we
to
go.
make their way through. But what it comes down to is how well they can really break apart this Heaven hold. Darian out through.
Oh, he's
Ooh,
sleeping. He's looking at the
punches.
minimap.
Yeah, Egos was waiting for a better angle there if it can. Benkai through the smoke as well. Lightning Fast coming
Smoke
here
goes out
too.
of sight, right?
Paranoia coming out, but this is not dissuade Scary.
Wait,
And
this Scary.
Egoist is not in a good spot, but he doesn't need to
Oh.
be.
Okay,
Excuse
that's
me.
the first time where
Egoist
we
with
should
the
not be
ego
winning this
peaks, the
round.
ego kills,
Bleed actually managed to win one of them.
and he saves it once again for Bleed.
Hero play.
We kind of made use of the pressure from the spike tap to make
Yeah,
them
the-
out
the double
peak, as he
swing with the
just
taps
has that
there.
aim just
GE
enough
going to be kicking themselves a
to
little
really
bit.
fend them off. I mean, what a round. Both sides just trying to play around things. Darian and Scary doing a bit of work, but at the same time, Global having the sense of trying to rotate over with Lightning Fast.
He hit the
Then when it
Kang
comes down to it,
Yeah,
the
just did.
heroics of Egoist. 2-7 lead. I mean,
Okay,
again,
they
you know,
need to
start things
really
out
make
slow,
sure
but
they win this.
never quite back down that easy.
They're going to have no money
Bro
if they don't.
painted a
1-9 loss
picture
bonus. It's going to be a
on that
nightmare.
A window, man. It
And
was a
they're
great
already
picture.
struggling as well in
It was a
terms
picture
of
of them winning that round.
Spectre.
Picture of two bodies on the ground.
Oh, yeah. Durian so close to... Oh! He's hiding in the corner. He's been spotted, and that's going to be him down and dusted. Yay, holding the angle here. Pushes out with the snake bite, but gets caught in the collateral of things, even hiding inside the smoke. Seeker's been activated here by defenders, but it's so early
can just
that
chill.
the Seekers won't really threaten the control and rotation capabilities of Global Esports. Egoist now coming in through B Heaven. He's been such a stalwart of Vanguard. But these tags, man, he's been put in a position where he has to do so much, and he might not be able to do anything at all.
Yeah, and Bleed stack over towards
check
A little bit with the 2. A lovely trade once again.
Still good reactions nonetheless, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Global Esports
Blaze King
numbers now.
Going to be 1 away from his ult once he gets this plant.
It's just a near impossible retake.
Yeah, they can't retake this, and they got no money. And the Spectre needs to at least try and get an upgrade. There's some guns at middle.
It just came down to a bit of guesswork. Unfortunately for Bleed, doesn't quite work.
The problem is
Global Esports on
they're going to have 2 guns.
You think about how they take down this mid.
But
it's worked out
I mean,
so
Ye can buy
great.
something okay, but these guys don't even have 2K.
You gotta put into perspective, I think, how slow Ye
This will be
has
1,000.
been to assist his teammates, right? Because whenever he's on a non-duelist, it just feels
And
like
Blaze
he's just a
King
step
hunting here
behind.
is so worth. Even
I
him
was
dying
wondering
here
why
is worth.
Durian was holding for such a long time onto Mail, and you see a few seconds later that Ye's there. So it's at some point you're thinking, was Durian supposed to get any form of support utility or support spray down from Ye as to why he held Mail for such a long time?
Still options though with the
Even
1
through
AWP.
the triple push of Global.
Razor on
start to
defense. Looks like the last timeout coming in.
Wondering. I honestly am not too sure. I can't
8
say
on
for
attack.
certain, but whatever it is, it's just not working out for Bleed. That much we know. So timeout again. And you're just left wondering, like, how can Bleed really catch up with this? The entire desk, a lot of people all thought that Bleed would definitely have this one in the bag, given their performance against T1, for example. I mean, it was such a long day, but they were still able to put up some great numbers. They were still able to push T1 in overtime. But here, up against Global Esports, you know, a roster that everyone was kind of questioning. We got all of these imports and players from all over the place. But Russ and the leadership, man, it just feels so different in this matchup. A welcome one for sure.
Bleed's already used all of their talking right now. Like, he is just shaking his head, man. I don't know if he just called the timeout to take a breather or
It is an absolute nightmare.
have something planned for his team here. And flip side is, you know, if Bleed can survive with a few more rounds coming into the second half, miracles do happen. Switch of sites can definitely change the winds of impact here.
Yeah, for an execute-heavy map like Split, you know, pass, a bit more defender-sided. Now, if you know, as long as you crack the code, you got the right executes. Definitely could come up with more rounds, but
When in doubt, get a
definitely
judge.
doesn't feel good. You know, when your coach is just not even like happy with you. So you would
Jadam,
wanna
thank you so much for the 9
have,
months.
like, more faith, more spirit.
Thank you with the prime.
Darren with the showstopper, definitely a possible turnaround.
Yeah, Scary's on that
3
first contact
people
too, so Darion
fighting
wants to
over
get up
towards
close and
middle,
personal.
and they just
Scary
decide to go
gets
towards the B
that
hit. And stuff like this can be a
whiff
little bit scary
of
because they don't
anyone
have the best util to clean
trying
up
to
some
get
of
this
these.
B main control.
Yeah,
They
that's
might
kind of
even
why.
use the showstopper, but it's not even needed as he gets that double spray down beautifully executed. They're gonna push him
Oh.
up, and Pulvy just pulverizes the opposition. Scary holds on, gets the 3K, pushes back Blaze King. No more flashes for him. Does have a wingman. Can use it to push forward, but he waits patiently as Benkai comes in with the double up, and Ye's right here in the corner, helping out Scary with this Judge 2 in hand. Wow, oh, that was a risk. That was a risk! He didn't even
Oh, boy.
should break the wingman.
I
He
mean,
just
we're-
tested
we're
everything
sending it.
and hope that his Judge would be good
Oh,
enough
no.
in that close quarters. And this might all
This
be
guy in
just
heaven
all
needs to
for
get the
naught.
kill.
The tag as well.
I
like
think
Freezy
it's gonna
Guy
run out by the
disabled
time they
for a
get
couple of
close,
seconds,
yeah.
And they've allowed Global to plant the spike in a very safe manner. No, we're not even just yet. Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Last player
Oh,
These guys
no.
pushing up. And what just happened, Quack?
He has a classic.
Just Global Esports feeling that confidence today. I mean, of course, Egoist with nothing but a classic. We're expecting him to clutch back up. He did it before. Knows exactly where Ben is.
Oh, there was only 4 bullets left fully in that gun. Okay, he's absolutely bailed them out once again.
Gets the kill.
1v2, 1v2.
Sure, but Bleed.
He is the only
somehow
thing keeping them in it.
manages to persevere. Egoist, true to his name, has truly been the star player here, the clutch player of Bleed when they need him to do it the most.
Just the thing that amazes me the most is that he did it with the Classic. Yes, Blaze King was low enough, but Blaze King somehow couldn't quite land the shots against him because didn't quite know the positioning either. So Egoist definitely showing up huge on this map, but we need one more round, if anything, just to feel a bit more comfortable. That previous one, I mean, Blaze King and the rest of them, yes, Ye had the judge that was at Wingman play, but they were just so confident how they pushed out. You can feel that confidence again.
Wow. Okay, Scari's just out of there. I do not want to deal with this.
Oh, that's a free sight. We need to keep an eye on Benkai with the real late luck. They avoid the Viper roll.
At least for now.
And that is a lovely shot.
I am overreacting way too much, I know, but Polvi is creating openings when there's so little visual.
When does Benkai decide to go? He can have the latest luck ever. Lightning Fast still has his Omen Flash.
Bleed have got their work cut out for them.
There goes the Omen
peek out
Flash.
does allow Durian to get the trade quickly against Lightning Fast, and Durian just running it down. They're hoping that they can get these contacts. Russ,
Yeah, and
if
now
he can get a
Cypher
kill,
can
maybe
enable.
he can rip out an ultimate for
And
himself.
they have no idea this guy's
Around
coming
the corner
heaven.
is gonna be Blaze King,
Both.
but do they know coming
Benkai?
up from heaven is Benkai. Defuse on the spike.
Oh,
Crazy guy
so it
holds his
really
teammate's hand,
kind
and
of
Bleed
crumbled here a little
somehow
bit. The smoke was still here. Benkai didn't want to push all the way through, but I think he should have. Lightning Fast held onto his flash.
4 to 8 instead of a 9 to 3.
Yeah.
And it comes down to I do feel like
Still,
again,
8 rounds
at
on
least
attack is
this map,
outrageous.
it's Egoist. On the previous ones, you know, we might have had different performances from like Darien, for example, but this time, although we had such a strong and consistent lead coming out from Global Esports, Polvi just creating such crazy openings. Towards the end of it, Darien even trying to fly things up. It's going to be Egoist along with Crazy Guy to support each other, to come in to follow through and clean up for the team. Egoist, with his mechanical skill, kind of brings the game back just by a bit for Bleed Esports. Is it going to be enough, though, for the second half? That is the question on our minds right now.
I was about to say that. I was about to say the polar opposite of that is these
Managing
little
mod?
things
Prodigy, you
can
should all
actually
have
lead up
that.
to it being enough.
I'm pretty sure.
So
You guys all have like the max
completely
one.
Two different sides of the coin for the same for that sentiment, right? Anyways, you're absolutely right.
I'm pretty
Egoist,
sure.
Such a hero. I
Oh,
just
really?
wait for Bleed.
Interesting.
Without him,
I can look and see if there's another option.
Possible. 50% of the rounds that Bleed has gotten, Egoist has clutched. What a percentage, right?
Yeah,
that
I'll have a
has
look at
been
one
for
point.
Bleed. Man is doing
Double
work. He's the
Frenzy,
only one
double
here for Bleed, as
Ghost.
you can see on the scoreboard.
50% sounds big, but it's like 2 out of 4.
I mean, you get what you can take. You know?
Dang,
Oh,
answer,
really?
right?
Yeah, you should have that.
In
But yeah,
some
At least like
in this
whatever the top
situation, you
option
do
was,
have to
Lexi,
get-
I
You got a point,
just
you got
put
a
you
point.
all in
He
there.
is the kill leader right now. But
See?
off to the next half, that's the
But maybe
thing,
there's
you
something
know,
else.
You got this Gecko pick that could help you really well in retakes, and I have a feeling that that's what Global Esports wants to do. And at the same time, bear in mind, you got Polvi, you got Russ. These guys, they got calls to push out on the defense. Bleed, they have to be ready. Look at mid.
Trip, Omen
What a
Flash.
stack here.
But then who swings off the
on mid
Omen Flash
too.
here? Cypher?
Any push outs on Rafters, Paranoia
Oh,
will
he swings
soon
off it.
follow, but did Durian get get hit at all? Excuse me for the loss of words. The reposition so that the aftershock does not engulf him. Nade is available, throws it out of the corner, and that is a great
my.
separation of utility here for Bleed. You see Global trying to push through, and they get separated again because of the snake bite. Again
Okay,
because of that
big.
pink shell,
It's a 3-on-5
but
into a
trades
3-on-3.
come in
A little bit
aplenty.
of damage
Equalize
done
the
to these
numbers.
players though.
There's going to
They
be a
insta
plan on
take
the
over
spike here
towards
for
A
Bleed,
ramp,
but Global
and
have
Benkai
Heaven
needs to
and
stay
screen
alive,
control,
and that
but
should be the
Durian
round done.
is putting the effort, is putting this game into his own hands. He's already gotten 3K. If he can do more, maybe even an ace.
Oh, that cam says everything.
He has another nade.
Darius in a prime position to pick this up. Gets further info, just sees one, right? So he knows where the other is.
I mean, they're taking a very long time to get close into things. Blaze King can get the trade on Egoist, but it's only as good as that. Bleed get their first round. Man, Global was going for a hard read, dude. They were like, let's push mid. We'll see where it takes us.
Trying to, or at least set up for the retakes. I think that's why Benkai was positioned so far back to behind screens. However,
yeah, dodge the stun on this. I get that idea for the pistol, but I didn't massively like it.
That's just one of those
like the
things
Omen.
where
The Omen has to do a lot
the Aerith effect
on
of
this
that flash just doesn't quite cover
pistol.
what you need it to sometimes, or the timing of it as your opponents move out. It's a little bit unfortunate.
I mean, it's a pretty good trade here.
Trade on Yay. This is just again a pistol here for Global too. If they
Trying
push
to get
up,
this
Russ
ult nice
has
and
a
early.
stun,
We'll keep
so
an eye on
maybe
that 3
that's
here,
gonna
but there's
be
also
something
3
to
people here.
utilize
How the
right
hell is
now,
Lightning Fast on
which
that?
actually is
Oh,
working
not
out
like
fairly
this.
well for Global Esports. They've got the
Keep
numbers
an eye on the
advantage
flank.
already.
Wait, Blaze King's actually
They're
pretty
already
fast
looking right
behind
behind
them.
him because they
As long
are
as these
aware
other
that
2
Blaze
stay
King can
alive
pick up a
and maybe
weapon,
make some sound.
which he already has, and they're not even looking at this. Bleeder's so lost. The Thrifty's so solid for the South Asian team. But now it's all left again in the hands of Egoist.
This guy has to
Doesn't
do it
care,
all
despite
every
his,
single time.
It is inventory. Womp womp.
Still though, want to be careful about it. You got 2 classics, can't lose any advantage that you have.
There's one.
Round's not over.
Oh my gosh, he even got the 180, but Benkai's just too
Full
quick.
E-code.
Crouched at the end too.
Full
A bit unfortunate
E-code,
for
full
Egoist. I
50.
think both
I
these
tell you what,
teams-
Lightning Fast
That's
did
one thing that
very
we often
good though.
forget is that Benkai does have experience with Bleed Esports. Having been on PaperX,
I
having
don't know how he
been,
got the second
having
kill,
come
but
from that MYSG scene, he knows Egos, he knows
and that
his
one.
tendencies,
Damn, he
he
melted
knows
that
Darren
guy.
as well.
One enemy remaining.
You know, and Russ has great timings with this breach too. Yeah, man.
And
I
Bleed
just love the
just force into
laid-back
this.
nature of the Global players.
Oh
Blaze
man,
King
this is
you know.
this is the one. Okay,
Where's
they
that
force
makeup?
into it, but they're one away from
Cheerful
Orb,
guy,
and I like
but
this from
right now,
GE. They
Nate's
kind of
going
use
in
the
for a bit
the
of that
wall
garage
against them, to be
control.
honest.
Picks up the orb.
Just get the orb, get out of there.
Denying,
One less
these
option for the
ultimates
raise.
away from Darien. Do you
Smart.
want to like go
Yeah.
back around ramp to pick that one up? Probably, maybe not so much.
Yeah, you can even see like there's a double stack from Global here. If they actually go through A main and they just pop shots directly where the spike or the orb is, right?
Lightning is sitting out in the
Global
open
Esports is
here.
hard reading this.
Does he have another smoke for this?
Smoke
Does he
placed
time
right in
this
front of
well?
them.
And right,
We
like,
do.
good enough
Just see the
damage from, like,
bottom
both
left.
places
Should
from,
I'm
the
so
last
worried for
round
him.
that
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. And then he has time
now
to just do
economy
normal
is a bit of
smoke.
an issue for
Not too
Bleed.
bad. So he had a one-way
So
before where you'd spot legs in the
You
bottom
actually
left
just
for
have to be
him.
very, very careful, but at the same time, because Global Esports are
They
recognizing
do
this,
get the
they're being
big
careful
shot down in
themselves.
terms of the
They
Omen
want to
flash out of
secure
him
this
though.
round.
Nice reposition from
Might
him. He
just
gets
try to
another
go
smoke
straight
up.
for
He
that
should
B site.
insta do
The wall's
this.
been dropped down already. Lightning Fast has put up his smoke 3 times on B main. And Bleeds is counting, maybe this is a blessing for them.
Right through now.
Seconds left.
Oh, and he did so
Now,
much
wall,
damage
dude.
to the raise.
Great timing on the spam.
He can shoot through the smoke. He has a teammate right beside him that can help him out. And Lightning Fast, like a Viper,
And he baited for
royalty
this guy.
strikes.
Oh.
Egoist, or sorry, excuse me, Egoist does get the rush down.
One enemy
12
remaining.
seconds. Can he
And
plant
nice
the
swing from
spike?
Heaven.
Scary put in such an unfavorable spot.
Oh, Russ.
Yes, just
He's got
go
no
in
time
and
for
find it.
this. He just got to
And he
stick it.
can.
And they forced into this one.
Aye, aye,
2-4
aye.
loss
I
bonus.
can't believe this.
That means we're
Boy,
most
were we
likely at
wrong about
11.
Global Esports. I mean, what? Look at this. And now having
And
won
they're on
that
the easier
round,
side.
You're very, not just reaching double digits, you're very likely going into 11 and 5. You see that call from Russ. You see the reactions from Lightning Fast. Now the hope from South Asia. As soon as the dark cover comes out, as soon as he sees a bit of a snake bite being tossed through, he knows, all right, I gotta spam. Even catches onto a single player. And that's enough damage.
And Bleed have already used up all of their timeouts, so there's no more breathing space.
It comes down to Crazy Guy. Like, can you really read your opponents well enough without your coach? And can you call the entire team to adapt well enough to this? Of course, they are attacking, so it's not the easiest feat.
Lose mid. In
Darren
reaction,
does
they
have
take over
Showstopper,
towards
but
B.
This round, not the one that you really want to commit unless you pick up
Yeah.
more. Egoist. Benkai being careful.
Yeah, doesn't want to overstep his bounds as he's the only one holding that A site for him by himself for
Oh
the
man,
moment.
this poor guy in spawn.
Durian is just quickly charging in, finds Benkai, uses the nade to delay
Well,
things a bit further.
They managed to
Does he
pick up
the
both.
weapon? That's the
Yeah,
question.
both
I
guns.
think he does.
He does. And gets
Pass
out.
it on over.
And gets out without being traded too, which is
It's
perfect.
a weird round
Like
though.
you mentioned, passes it on over.
There.
That was a huge pickup right now for Bleed. Alert coming again from none other than the man himself, Egoist. Paranoia has been thrown out. Here's the bombardment from the rest of Global. Lightning Fast gets one. Blaze King comes into the corner here. There's too much for him to handle,
Whoa.
but he is perfectly juggling the
Still,
aggression.
big round for Bleed.
Till the point
And they get 2
he
guns
gets
as
him.
well.
Bleed still far from a favorable position.
Yeah, they can do it with no
A great
guns as
thrifty
well.
round at the very least for Bleed to pick
And
up. I mean, yes, Ye got the final one, but
He
you gotta
could
remember,
time out here if they
it
wanted to.
starts off with Egoist just walking up ramp. This shot with the Sheriff. Russ wasn't expecting that. 'Cause who
Yeah, I
just
don't know.
walks up?
I don't know
And then, of
if
course, Darius coming
Benkai
in along with that showstopper
was just
gives
slow
them a
with the
little bit more
comms,
breathing
but
room.
Benkai's
Of course,
camera,
Face
and it might have
picks
been
up the
too high
Vandal. A
potentially,
great
but
way to
Benkai's
bring
camera should
Bleed
always
back
be
into the game.
spotting.
It's not over yet.
Should be spotting this early. And he was in the camera as well, so I'm pretty sure he
There is
misplaced
a
his camera and it
world
was
where
too high
Durian
up
can
and they
get a
couldn't
pick
see
on
the early
Obi, and
information in
that
terms of
world is
ramp.
now. That world is here. We're living in
That one really
multiverse, ladies and
backfired.
gentlemen. Durian does not come into the fight here. His Lightning Fast is into the corner, but a quick flick and a quick shot does get that 1-for-1 trade. Blaze King now just
Oh my
frantically
goodness.
shooting through B main here. As Bleed have gotten themselves that numbers advantage. They don't really need to overpush right now, Quack. They still have Egoist holding the lurk once again on A main. He can start calling in his teammates all the way around here. They're not really afraid of that mid call. Actually, no, there is a ping there. But
Yeah,
once
and
they
they're
start
about to
clearing
get
it up,
info.
they should be feeling a lot more confident to start pushing in onto A, which lo and behold does not have any Cypher traps.
Precisely the rotations that Bleed needs. Gives them the A site. However, take a look at what Global Esports has in their inventory. I feel like this Thrasher that Blaze King has, along with the Wingman, not to mention Russ's full kit, might be useful for a retake. So as soon as they confirm that the site hit goes towards A, now just setting up for it, Russ needing to kind of stay alive or at least pick up a frag, but unfortunately does not go his way. 2-on-4 now.
And then, yeah, I guess
Yeah,
they got
we
it
got
to
sick.
save, and it's like
Just looking
back-to-back
at the
sick rounds for
creds
Bleed.
for Global
First of all,
Esports.
the rounds are important.
Don't
Second
really
of all,
have
they
anything
win an
to
eco, they get 2
buy back into
guns,
that
and then
next
this
round,
one,
so
4
Bleed
people
Esports
stay
live to
alive.
fight
So
for another
that,
day.
like, those two combined together
And
just means the money's
the formula for what it looks
crazy,
like, Quack,
especially for these. We
is
get 6K.
two things.
I mean, high
Egoist
6K, it's
staying
nearly
alive
7K.
to threaten the lurk, and Durian just
So
having to
Bleed
get
have
good
the money
and
for the
beat up
comeback.
Polvy's game.
Having to get good and beat up.
It's literally just that.
True,
Polvy
he did do
has-
that in this round.
Yeah, exactly, right? Polvy's been such a thorn on Bleed's side for a very long time. There's no answer to him. So what it seems to be Bleed's answer is, Durian, go kill, and if it works, we can work off
Can
of
they
that.
time out? You need to go to the bathroom. There you go. Right on
It's
cue.
just funny how that's phrased, but it's absolutely true. This time catching the timing onto some of these players. And then, of course, you know, while he might have fallen to
Monkey,
lightning
thank you
fast,
so much, man.
it's that response from the rest of the team so quick, so good onto it. Of course, though, that said, now that Bleed are slowly starting to climb back into the game, Coach Spin pauses the game.
Thank you, Monkey.
Calm down.
Yeah, calm down. Let's see what we can fix. But you got to keep in mind, although it is the timeout that he called, Lagia gets to talk to his team too.
That's very true. The more that you can force Global to do that, the more that Bleed can start building things up once again. And Lagia's face, completely different from that last timeout that they've done. He's listening in intently as well,
Yeah.
nodding in agreement. I mean, obviously we can't hear what they're saying, but
Less German tough love, less like disappointed
Yeah.
father vibes.
yeah, true. He's probably just listening to Crazy Guy and how he's formulating things, you know? That Vietnamese mind of his.
Definitely is a really incredible player. I mean, some of these
It's
rounds.
it's
you know,
Aria as
coming
well.
up with
Thank
these
you
calls
very
and
much, mate.
expecting
Welcome, man.
plays,
Appreciate the tier 1.
finding the trades for his team.
And they decide to go
Lovely
aggro.
welcome addition to Pacific for sure. But then
Aggro with the
again,
2 guns or aggro the 1
3
gun?
rounds for
Okay.
Bleed to equalize.
Big punish play that we can see from Global here. First things first, Polvy's got his showstopper. Look at where he's positioned, all the way downtown on screens. There's a setup thrash here from Blaze King, and if Bleed overreach, Polvi is waiting for the Kumbayas, the boom boom pows. He pushes
Damn,
right
he
out,
got a
Jurion
second
gets
one.
two.
Oh.
There's going to be the
Russ
aftershock right
manages
now
to
from
get the-
Russ. And even though this is
What?
a weaker buy for Global Esports, the trades
Did
are
it in the
even,
corner, I guess.
And Bleed still are very much aware
Okay.
of the big ultimate looming at the A site if
Can't believe they got a double kill
Polvi's
on
still
site
holding
though
in that
from the
position.
rates. That was
Gotta be
impressive.
Polvi though, right? Yeah, and then at the very least, I guess maybe we
GE
just
really
want
want
to
to pick up
bypass
this
all
gun
that.
that is in the square.
Transitions over to the B site. It does give the rest of Global a little bit more time and space to
You
pick
reckon
up some
stun
of
then
these
damage?
rifles.
Yeah, I think so.
Then we'll have a different round. Oh, this is...
Ooh, that smoke telegraphs something though. It's a B heaven that covers a lot of things.
Oh.
I wonder what the call for Bleed is. Honestly, pushing all the way through spawn stairs wouldn't be too bad right about now, because if they can
They're gonna have
find
Raze.
where
They're gonna have
Benkai
Raze ult.
is
So they're gonna hear the
hunkered at,
flash, then
we
Raze
wouldn't
can
have
go
to
pick up
deal
the gun
with
that
all
is
these pesky
over towards hell.
tripwires that is set up everywhere.
Oh, Ben.
We can
30
check
seconds
cam
but they
for
probably
numbers, or are we
Crazy
saving
Guy's
the cam
one
for
off from
retake?
his
So Egoist
Seekers
is one of the
as well
most
here.
important players at the
Benkai's
moment,
holding
getting
on.
over
Stay
towards middle.
alive.
He's gonna let them
Got
know
the
that he can
showstopper
hear anyone
in.
close. We pick up the
Got some
ult.
rifles now. We can
Sorry, we
play
pick up
this round.
the
We don't have
gun,
armor,
but we have the
sure
ult
enough,
to enter as well. If
it's a
Crazy Guy gets a
better
kill,
fight
he gets
than, you know,
Seekers.
as to go with classics.
Look at how far everyone from Bleed is placed at. Scary's just done.
Oh, great camera from
Last
Benkai.
player standing.
That's hard. Polvi's by himself at this point. Plant, Spike actually out in the open. This works in their favor. Now Polvi's been spotted. If he can just jiggle a little bit more for Crazy Guy to get that bit of information. It's
Time,
not even
though.
diffused at all, yeah. So he has to back away. Gets the quick little
No.
finish. Bleed Esports.
That's pretty unfortunate that it turned out like that.
They used Scary as the bait man, and it works in their favor.
I wonder how
That'd be
much
really funny
damage
if
the
that
ult did.
was like the idea. Scary's just like, yeah, I'm gonna run into Benkai.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of see that with how far, but somewhat tradable they were playing with each other, right? Because you saw Scary on Hell, Egoist was playing on Male, and then
I mean,
obviously the
come
one
on
who's
though.
gonna be holding the
4
spike
ults.
is
Just,
Crazy Guy. Yeah.
Still, yeah, a series
Say
of
4
unfortunate
ults. One's
events
an
for
Omen,
Global
one's a-
Esports. I mean, they've got the
One's a Cypher.
For
We get the
ultimate
off
still.
out.
able to keep themselves in the
Lovely
lead.
shot with the stun as well.
Back
Okay.
to the sudden rhythm game where
Oh,
we
you
push
crazy,
out.
crazy guy.
Too much rhythm. If we're looking at how he just re-peaked that. Trade for trade, though. Both of the raises down and dusted. And this gives a chance right here for Bleed to rotate and at least not be afraid anymore
Yeah.
of, you know,
And
the
they've
operator
inserted
that
one
is
over
available
towards
here
here.
for Polvi. I do hear the thrash
Okay,
being used.
this ult, no
so that's
joke,
probably to get, a lot
just
more
to check
information
A
here on
Heaven.
see
If he had gone
Heaven's
all the
being
way deep
controlled
A
or
Heaven,
whatever,
probably gets a
and it
kill,
is
probably a
not.
different round.
So Benkai
Does
here.
Benkai decide to play on site?
Definitely here's the Trailblazer at the very least, trying to make use of his one way. He's got a second.
I mean, they saw him.
Oh,
he's dead.
no.
There doesn't have a second chance
The
to
end of
actually
the
use
dog
it.
saw him, man.
I was thinking about it.
Oh,
What
I
a
can't.
great
I
spray.
cannot believe this one
Of
fell
course
apart.
the Cypher would be on the other side.
Of course. Here we go. Second
Okay,
time
sure.
to do another thing with the thrash. Look at how far back.
Yeah, and they're gonna feel. They're
Yeah,
gonna feel like they've
exactly.
cleared the whole of
He's been
middle,
pushed back
and
hard
Ye
by
realizes
this
that,
thrash,
and he is
though.
on the go.
Wingman used
Keep an eye on
actually
Ye.
on Male.
Ye's
and
the
Ye
security right
has
now.
got himself
2.
the perfect timing
Oh.
on this lurk.
Oh.
He's been spotted already, but him gravitating this attention definitely secures the round here for Bleed.
So interesting. Yay, the lurker now. And Bleed having the economy to go for this hunt.
I will become what you want me to be, or what you need me to be.
That's what a flex player does.
Yeah. Ye's like the Batman of Bleed right now. I never thanked you, and you'll never have to.
It's getting real
Not
close.
the hero, what? That
They saved the
or
op.
that they want.
They
but
have
he's the
breach ult.
hero that Bleed deserves.
And this is two timeouts in the
Well,
space of like
hey
2
man,
rounds.
he's doing his job.
Any effort is welcome, right? And it just gives Bleed the wins that they're looking for as they slowly claw their way back up the game. I mean, we started out this half, you know, it was 4-8 in favor of Global Esports. Now look at what's happened.
Prodigy.
We've climbed all the way back.
For God's sake, Jolly.
It's deja vu
Thank
all
you for the
over
gifted.
again, Quack. Ooh. What feels like the change of pace here for Bleed? I mean, again, I pointed out a while ago that they've been using Durian to catch out Polvi here. But is it Polvi just overheating? He's got the first picks every single time. Again, I'll probably just check the stats later on. But the First Bloods feel very much
God, it's
you know,
savage.
flowing from Polvi.
Chat, stop
So he
flaming. You're just going to get timed up.
holds off from re-peaking once again and not getting traded. Feels like that's already a win condition done for Global.
It kind of is, but then, you know, while we were talking about overheating.
One away from
First
Razor.
Bloods, what about First Death?
I'm pretty sure that's all the
Right, I mean,
timeouts done.
definitely not to
Bleed
discredit
used
Polvi
both
for
of theirs in the
whatever
first
reason.
half.
He's definitely
DE
doing
both
a
of theirs in the
lot.
last 2 rounds.
But Bleed are also doing a great job at adapting to this. As soon as he
Breach
gets the
moves
first
over
pick,
towards
they
B,
know that there
insta
is
stun,
another
and then
opportunity for
do we
them
smoke
to come
behind this
back
to at
in
least
for
look
that
like we?
trade. And
Is it
off
even
of the
worth when they
trade,
have this
you know,
wall? Probably
softening
not.
out the defenses on a map like Split. Without the numbers, it's that much easier for Bleed to break through. So Russ now, fault line
It at least creates the
connects,
question
but
that someone's
doesn't really do all
here.
too much. It's a bit of information at best.
Durian's one ult charge away from getting his ultimate. Russ, does he want to challenge this? Does he want to punish this?
Damn,
will.
it's early. We get nothing for that other than we
And,
stop the initial hit. But they get the
no
dog
bigs
out of
will be
them, I
garnered.
guess.
Durian's just charging
Um,
it in. That's gonna get punished.
Actually,
Lightning
might have
Fast
worked
comes
pretty
back
well.
into cover,
No.
and Bleed somehow should be at least
Great
bombarded
reset
and
from
wiped out,
Benkai
but
here.
They're holding
Oh
on.
my,
Benkai gets
he's a
the
god.
3K though. The man himself
He's
is
a
creating
god.
opportunities, is creating moments.
I thought the
Global
breach
Esports
shot was a
and
little bit
for
too much, but then they
30 to
really
11
did just send it in,
Global
and
strike
Benkai
back.
has absolutely owned it.
Great
When the spray
response
battle
coming in
happened,
from
I was
Global
worried for him, but he
Esports.
did just
I
go
mean,
for
I
an
guess that's
insta
what
reset.
the timeout was for, you know, Bleed trying to adapt to the rhythm of it, trying to get a sensing for how this is played.
21
They knew
to
that
11.
Russ had the Rolling Thunder. Of course it was sent out. But at the same time, I think Darian just kind of thought that like he would be able to punish Russ that quickly, that easily. Thought wrong.
But it's a really
Lightning
nice
Fast was
dizzy as
around
well
the
for last
side.
goal.
Benkai arriving on the scene on time too, picking up the quick double, and then Ye turns the entire round around on its head.
Oh, this is nice.
I just love how that's
they gonna
the
get the dog
reaction
out of
from
them
Global
early?
Here, right?
Wait,
One mistake.
no, okay, flash into
One
the corner.
slip up
So
is all it takes for you to really
the dog
get
needs to
punished
get
by
shot, because otherwise they see
Crazy Guy
lightning
is
fast
nursing
up
an
here.
operator right now on attack.
No dog?
Durian spots it. He gets one.
Oh,
that
he didn't
wall
kill him.
saves him. And Russ trying to get any form of contact, any form of trade, gets denied, and himself in the process as well. Benkai gets a couple of kills, but he can't do what he did in that last round,
Everyone's
leaving
just
Polvi
dueling in the middle of the
in a
site.
1
It's
versus
chaos.
4 with an operator in hand.
Some of the
You know
duels
it's
were
not
pretty
gonna
close,
happen, So
though.
he just backs away smartly.
Planted the spike.
Take a
And
10-11
It's
already.
a pretty savage
Global
thing.
still has a lot more
Sorry,
plays
GE
to
win
do.
a round, lose the
Just use
next.
this time to talk
Money's
about it once more.
low. They get to save. This will be 1,000.
not?
It's only
But as it comes
Benkai
down
that
to
can't
it,
buy.
This match down to a knife's edge. Bleed slowly clawing their way back in. This still could become Bleed's game.
I say can't buy. It
This
could be a
still
low buy. It's not a full
Could
buy.
be
from
an
him.
elimination match for either of these teams. Bleed showing that they definitely still have what it takes. Darren with the showstopper, able to be the catalyst for the team as he dives through.
I love how you mentioned that because these two, they know how important kickoff is, right?
Masters Madrid.
Masters Madrid, and I mean, anyone who wins kickoff gets what, +3 points, champion points? That's a huge, huge thing to bring in to a team, if we're talking about Bleed at least, that just came from Ascension Pacific not even a year ago. Last year, but not even close to a year ago, just a couple of months ago, which is crazy to think at the least.
Yeah, Bleed is a team that really knows how to grow and adapt together. You know, we were
Not that
talking about
huge,
it,
yeah.
both timeouts were
I
spent,
agree.
right? And it forces
Only get
Coach,
3
they
points if
force
you win.
Coach Spin to call some timeouts back. So Crazy Guys actually
0
doing so
points
much
per
right
second.
now. Of course, back into it. Darian and Egoist. You can feel their impact in the server as they pick up more frags. Off to the next round, though, without the ultimates, can't go in just as fast.
So who takes the hit? Benkai
Got a
takes.
bit of a
Dude,
breather.
Benkai takes the
Yeah, I
hit
think
when he's
they're just trying
20,
to find some kind
21
of a
to
path,
whatever it
some
was,
kind of a
21 to
route
12, 21 to 11.
into the site.
And the route could be A. They're
Okay,
leaving
smoke
Egoist
goes
to play
in.
on
They create
that
the question
A
mark that they could be
I
over
mean, there's
towards
still so many
fence. We can
pathings,
see
right?
that
As
they
long as you
are.
can get that mid, you can obviously transition
This
to
is
main,
a good
Nail into
switch
A
up though.
heaven.
The camera over towards B so they can get
Gotta make
pure
something
info over
happen
towards
now. I
B
think
main.
They're using up a couple
They
more
walk
extra
into
seconds
B
just
main
to
once
see
they
if
lose
there's any
middle control.
overpushing
Yeah, check
from
B.
from Global Esports.
If there's something around this
Oh, there's the
area
jump
of
spot.
heaven, yeah, then they might be able to play around. So both lurks actually very important that they stay alive,
Oh,
whether
man.
it's Egoist or Ye.
Is he gonna go all the
I mean,
way?
The biggest person that needs to stay alive from Bleed here has got to be
Oh
Scary.
man, Russ
Because
was
first
ready
things first,
to. Russ
they
was looking at
jump
the
spike,
minimap or wanted
and
to
they need
stun
pick it up
somewhere.
somewhat. Okay, they're still B-main control right now. Durion's coming into the corner here.
30
Blaze King
seconds
is
left.
right in front of him. Trigger Discipline could provide some dividends, which it does. And Blaze King is holding on. This is going really, really bad.
He's still
for
alive.
Bleed as
They
get
didn't swing heaven the other two. They
unraveled.
decided to go over
They took
towards
too
A.
long.
And these guys
And
heard them.
again,
We got the op, no vision block.
Spike's gonna have to be brought into that A site.
Spike down.
But
Insane.
everybody's taking
What a-
corners,
what a
checking
massive-
angles, and it's
massive
all
round
down
from
once
Blaze
again
King.
to Egoist. This time, he's by himself. Right in front of him is Polvi, and Polvi
Okay, two
Genesis
chances
Global
for
into
GE
series,
to
into
completely
map point,
eliminate Bleed
into
from kickoff.
eliminating Bleed from kickoff.
That's what I said.
Such high stakes, and all it took was Blaze King to hide around a
Okay.
corner.
The-
Oh, that feels like
They have an
justice.
Omen
30
ult.
seconds
They got some
that
options.
feels like he's winning this match for his
He did
ex-teammates
so
on
good,
Boom Esports. 3 kills back-to-back in such a fashion. Polvi picking the next one
And the
up.
only reason he can go here is because him
it's
and
just Bleed
Lightning Fast
starting
decided to
feel
take
like
over
that-
towards
that
B main
pressure is mounting up on their shoulders again.
in reaction
They
to
had
losing
so
middle.
much, but then
Well,
towards
to
the end,
thinking
just
they
one
lost middle.
guy was the difference.
It's just
Scatter
that
nade to break the
one
potential
misstep,
Cypher
that
util.
one
Dog
not
goes in,
checking
clear
the
sight.
corner,
Omen ult
and
confirms no one
everything
over
just
towards sight.
goes
Still
down the
not
drain, right? I mean, you're
got
talking
past
about
the
it.
choke point.
We're looking at it.
Oh, they put a lot into
Durian.
that to not get through here.
Is he,
be
ju-
it.
is he just
Trip-
gonna push this?
Oh my god.
This could actually just be them losing their lives, but he somehow manages to find Benkai. They destroy the tripwires here, and Bleed strike back.
All
It's
four
not
on
yet
site.
over. It's a 4 versus 3, sure, but you can never count out Global Esports. So Bleed has still got to grind the 2 rounds into overtime for them to even have a chance.
They've taken out Blaze King. Up next is going to be Polvi, looking to dive straight onto sight, perhaps from heaven, but denied by Darien.
One enemy remaining.
There's one more. That's going to be Russ. IGL.
Couple of low
Captain, my
HPs, but-
captain. Can you lead me into the promised land? Let's drop down on Hell here. They know where he is. The reposition, but he's good for the first. Could be good for the second. Crazy guy. If he overheats, that's an opportunity for Russ to get into the
Two
site.
down to one last chance, and the coaches
Force
don't have a timeout, so
cooler
they're just forced to
heads
just watch this.
Wins heated moments. 11-12. This
Oh, yeah, they
is
have
where
options.
it goes down. Quack.
If they don't push
One more
B main,
round,
they're mad.
overtime or done time. I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see, but at the very least, for this round,
Like
the
getting
way
an
that
getting an
Bleed's
orb
played
here
into this,
probably changes
going
the
for
rounds.
that full sight, full force execute,
Nice, you're back.
delaying
And then you would
off
expect
timing
Bleed to
some
have
of
a
these
punish for
flashes,
B
right?
main
First
as well.
Paranoia, then
No,
Crazy Guys
there's a
guiding
free
light.
orb here when they're 2 away.
Just kind of throws Benkai off, and it gives them so much more space on the site. Can
Okay,
they
if
do the
Polvi
same
gets a
thing
kill,
again?
he gets his ult.
This time, not really smoking things off. It's just Ben with the Cyber Cage up. Blaze King trying to go
There
back
is a
in.
duel on site here.
Tripwire not found. That could be Durion's life already done, which somehow, miraculously, it doesn't.
Okay, they managed to trade it out.
immediately traded
Benkai.
in the back of the site. Benkai's still here.
Oh,
Pushes up.
Ben.
Oh my god, he's a
Converts
god,
it.
and that is an
Benkai's the
insane
hero,
flash from the
leaving it all
breach.
down to Scary. 3 versus 1. Neural Theft activated. Oh, this is going horribly wrong for Bleed. And Scary. He's done miraculous things during Ascension Pacific.
Oh my god, I thought he was gonna hit the
Can
corner.
he
It's
do it
close.
now? Global Esports close to eliminating their opponent. Scare's giving away his location here. He's got a shot at step.
It is scary.
10 seconds for the smoke too. Paranoia. They're
Damn,
just swinging at
Ben
Benkai
Kai,
for
by the
4K,
way.
and the winning
Benkai with a
play to
huge
keep
fragging
Global Esports
round.
alive, eliminating
On the
Bleed
Cypher.
from kickoff.
Every single one of
Hey,
us
Bleed are out.
thought that Bleed Esports definitely had this one in the
GE
bag. Their
win the
performance
game.
against T1 was phenomenal. Being able to
And they
challenge
looked
such
so
a
much better
top-tier
than
team, but then
the
now
first game we
up
saw
against
them.
Global Esports, a full roster